Georgia, Georgia.
There we are. Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. We hope all y'all had a great week. We got the usual suspects lined up. CW, why don't you start with us tonight? How's your week been, brother?
Hello, everybody. Well, it's been a little bit of a rough week for me. Started out okay, and middle of the week was kind of stinky. And today has been okay. But it's been a dreary, dull, rainy, nasty day outside. I was hoping to get to the range, but it didn't happen because of the weather. They called for about 3 inches of rain, and I think we got all of that. I got a couple of videos up this week. I got a couple more videos coming over the weekend. So I'm sitting pretty good. Hoping to get to the range over the weekend so I get a little more footage, a little more videos. And that's about it for me. Gene, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Been off work all week. We haven't had any brass come in, any bulk brass, and then I help sort the brass. So I've had the week off, and I've gotten some other work in. Got quite a few videos made. So I still got some more that are in queue to be uploaded. Got to go to the range tomorrow, and darn, my boss gave me 1,000 rounds to shoot, so I've got to go get rid of those.
Oh, darn.
It's work, man. You know, I'm gonna end up with trigger finger. Hey, thanks for having me. I got something special for What's Hot Pot got tonight. So that'll go along with the rest of this chat. And other than that, man, we're gonna go over to Walter.
Hey, shooters, reloaders, and casters. Hope everybody's having a good day out there in the side chatville. I had a good week myself. I got some video work done. I got put out 2 or 3 videos this week. I went to the range yesterday and got to do some shooting. And what did we do today? Did some casting today. Not a lot. Cast 2 different molds, enough to go test and try. And they're all powder coated and sitting out there in the garage waiting to be sized and have something done with them. So been a good decent week for me. Weather's been good, but you know, that always is. California.
So,
yeah. So anyway, hey, thanks for the invitation to participate. Always a joy for me. Look forward to Friday night every week. Very, very fun.
Cool. Mr. Mark Thomas, how are you?
Doing good. It's been a long week at work. We had a rainy week here, so it was a little dreary at the beginning, and a little bright sunshine yesterday, and back to raining today. But tomorrow and Saturday we're supposed to have some nice weather. Might see if I can get to the range a little bit. Haven't really done any casting. Did a little bit of reloading the other day and did some testing. My first 45 Colts, and got myself 2 nice bags full of brass from a guy way over there, and be loading up some of those. So wonderful to be here. Been looking forward to it all week. Thanks for having me. I don't think we've heard from Hillbilly yet.
We have not, but I got something to deal with you about first.
All right.
You're lucky that
You're in trouble. Especially me in trouble. I'm glad to see somebody else is in trouble.
You're lucky I don't have backup and I can replay when you first started talking. How does a man with a beard like that wave like that? I'm like,
I'm blowing some smoke.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go with that. Mr. American Hillbilly, how was your week, sir?
Man, thanks for having me on here. always so excited for Friday nights. Get to come on here and visit with everybody. And man, it is so fun. We got Rockin' Side Chat out there. But I did notice Vanessa Kitty said she's looking for some fruitcake recipes. It's like, who do you not like? Why are you making a fruitcake for somebody you don't like? I mean, come on. I'm just joking.
Y'all-
there.
Y'all realize there's only one of those in the world, right?
Yeah, it just keeps getting passed around.
Yeah. 'Cause nobody actually eats it. You know.
I tell you, if you make a fresh one, they're pretty good. I enjoy them. But the ones that get passed around, the ones that drop on the floor and they bounce or they break the floor, oh, you don't want those. Those are
Man,
Yeah,
there was
When even the dog turns around and walks away from him, you know, no,
Yeah. No.
you don't want
Well,
that one.
Yeah.
Those
they're
are
only
the
good.
ones
Those are only good for
here in
penetration testing.
Yeah, I tried shooting
mind.
one outside my range for I think it was one of my Christmas videos or a holiday video, and like it wasn't even good to shoot. But what was really funny was later on when I was like cleaning some stuff up, the cat was out there trying to cover it up with dirt. So, I mean, that goes to show you. I mean, but there
So-
are some good fruit cakes I've had in the past that I
Those-
think my granny made some or whatever. But you're right about that. If they're fresh, there's definitely a big difference in those. But man, it's been a great week. Just shooting some videos, enjoying the weather here in the Ozark Mountains. Man, we've been blessed with some great weather, and man, I just so excited. Videos we got coming up and everything, and I appreciate you guys having me on this evening.
So thanks for being here, and I'll just throw in there. There's this company called Claxton that makes fruitcakes around Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Those are made here in Georgia, and they are definitely the ones that get passed around. Yeah, I mean, I can't help if it is made in Georgia. I ain't eating that stuff. So I think part of the problem is we can't really identify what's in it. I mean, I know it's dried fruit, but
We have a small college in our area called College of the Ozarks, and they literally, that's part of their, what's good about that college is people can come there and like they can work their tuition off or, parts of it, they're on campus, and they actually make and sell fruitcakes, and they are one of the bigger distributors in the United States of fruitcakes.
We had a big push here in California to get rid of all of the fruitcakes, but after one of them became governor, they
Oh, I
kind
was
of put
going
the
to say
kibosh
they could
on
never.
it.
I think I'm
Oh,
going to
goodness.
send one of those Claxton fruitcakes down to Georgia Tech and see if they can do a research project and tell us exactly what's in the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I know y'all think we only think about 3 or 4 things around here, and of course hunting and football. But Georgia Tech's one of the premier engineering schools in the country. So if anybody could figure it out, I think they could. But football, not right now. They've had some good teams in the past, and we'll talk a little bit later, if y'all want to, about my Bulldogs' big game tomorrow as they're playing the Auburn War Eagle Tigers. They can't figure out what their mascot is, so.
Hold on, I got Kyle out there. He's going to have to start making videos of stuff he gets. He's going to have to join us in the video making land because he got my
Agreed.
surprise gift. They finally mailed it out. I took it in a while back. Said, "Hey, throw this on the USPS card." Okay. So that finally went out because he won the I'm not going to call it a gag gift, but the extra prize for the 1 million
Right.
views.
The bonus.
The bonus. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. He won the bonus.
No, Paul, cornbread is not one of the other things that we think about. Cornbread in the South is a second nature thing. It don't get it. I talk more about cornbread on this live stream than I even think about it when we're not live. I mean, it's a natural thing in the South. You just, yeah. And the four things that we think about and that we're going to talk about tonight is, of course, eating first and foremost, uh, shooting, hunting, reloading, and there's one more, and y'all have to guess what that is. And,
Yeah. Now, let me ask you guys, a lot of you Southerners, when you just brought up the word cornbread, you seen like last week I had, made brown beans and ham and all that and cornbread. Now, as a treat, we literally put cornbread in a bowl or like a coffee cup or something, and then put milk in there.
Oh yeah.
So milk and cornbread eaten with a spoon, I mean, is like you'd eat a bowl of cereal. Is that just around here or what?
No, that was a treat. That was dessert.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It was cream too. We used to use.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Big Fuzz T Fork, Big Al's out there, Andy's out there. There's Tactical Rabbit. I've got another. Y'all were talking about videos. I put out a video this week. Actually, I did the Sandra, this one's for you video on Sunday, and then what was that one? Brass, sizing brass. Yeah. And got another one coming up. It's already edited. All I gotta do is upload it and turn it loose on trimming brass. But we won't talk about hunting tonight. And I'll start by saying this, and then y'all can chime in. And then when we get down to about 8:30, we gotta go through the side chat. Those guys are already out there. There's 50 of them out there already, and they're talking amongst themselves. Sometimes I think that they would have a better time if we just weren't here.
We just start the show and sit back and have coffee and watch.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like they come to talk to each other. I don't know what Chi-Chi's is, Tommy boy, but this is. I'll be honest about this. I started hunting with a friend of mine at church again. Now, I hunted as a kid, but I got busy. I got married. I raised 2 kids, and then back in 2012, I started hunting again. And thanks, Andy. I love you, brother. So my suspicions have proven correct. So yeah, as I was saying, I get started hunting again, and that kind of kicks in that's pretty much the catalyst of my reloading. And back when I started hunting again, the only rifle I had was my 35 Remington. Of course, I've added a whole bunch since then. And I went to buy some ammo, and I had to pay $33.50 for a box of 20. And this was in 2012. And that got me started reloading and then bullet casting. But, then again, I cast not like I do now, but I cast round balls and stuff for a muzzle loader way back when I was in the teenagers. So I've always kind of been familiar with at least the process, and hopefully we've taken it to a science at this point or getting close to it. But that's what got me started, and that fuels that deer hunting thing has fueled everything. It started my YouTube channel. It started this live stream and everything else. So I think that hunting is a good topic to talk about tonight because deer season starts here in about 3 weeks, and y'all probably won't be seeing much of me after that. So, anybody else's thoughts on that subject?
On hunting?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's been a big part of my life. I mean, from the first time I had a BB gun and, migrated into a pellet gun and into that little Ithaca lever action single shot, hunting was always a big deal for me, hunting and fishing. Um, and I remember like getting ready for hunting, going out searching and everything. And then about the time I turned 16, 17 years old, it died off a little bit because I was hunting for different species then. I was hunting for two-legged deer, you know. But then once I got about 18, 19 again, then, it really went in, big time, even more hunting. I remember, I mean, I still do, not to the point that I used to, but 2 weeks, 3 weeks before deer season, like bow even started, out scouting, looking, then getting my spot set up for bow, hunting for deer and stuff. And then that would get me, even better acquainted to rifle season, and being ready for it. And so, yeah, man, hunting deer, different types of birds. I mean, it's just been a big part of my life, my entire life. Squirrels, everything. And I love hunting. And I will say this for me, there was a point in my younger life that I kind of hunted a little more for trophy, and we didn't waste the meat by any means. But as I got older, yeah, I'd love to have a trophy buck, but there's lots of times I'll let certain deer pass. Nowadays, not only waiting for maybe a trophy buck, but that don't mean as much to me as getting the right size deer for the best meat. Does that make sense?
It does.
Because them big old deer with big horns, they don't taste very good. That's a lot of jerky right there.
You're not supposed to eat the horns, Hillbilly.
Do I?
You're not supposed to eat the horns.
Yeah. Maybe that's my mistake.
Well, archery for deer starts here tomorrow, and small game's up. We're looking forward to it, but Seth and I haven't made it out yet. We'll probably do it maybe once we get into next month, cools off a little bit more. That's been my enjoyment. Last year was the first year I got to take him out with me, and that's going to be the focus, is whatever days we can get out together, just spend time, whether we harvest anything or not, just spending time together out there in the woods and teaching him what I know. That's the goal for me.
I miss doing that. Just spending time out in the woods, just traipsing around, looking for tracks. I mean, just spending a good day with my grandfather. Good times.
California is divided up into a whole bunch of different zones. They go by alphabet, right? Where I am is D zone. And the opening days are spread out beginning towards the end of July and going through September. And then archery seasons, I think tell you the truth, I don't remember whether archery season starts the same time for all the zones or not, but it's usually not till October. So when you draw a tag, it's for a specific zone, and they're not valid in any of the other zones. So you draw a tag for D zone, you got to kill it in D zone, or you can't hunt in a different zone. So the guys are out right now in my area.
Mr. Pollard said deer moving down there in middle Georgia. They're moving up here a little bit, not like they're going to be. That second full week of November, unless it's hot, man, that's the time to be out there. I'm so far behind on this side chat.
Now, let me ask anybody else out there. I just won't hardly hunt until it cools off because of ticks and stuff like that. Not on me, but on the animals. Used to, it didn't matter, but you got to think about that more often anymore. Does anybody else, have that problem, or is it just me, or I'm thinking about?
I'm the same way, man. I could be out there archery hunting today, but it's 60 degrees, 55 or 65, 55 to 65 in the mornings when I wake up, and it's getting up to 80, 85 degrees. That's not conducive to saving the meat. I wish I could, Bald.
Oh, man. They
I'd
come
love
down there to those Ozark Mountains, I'll take you.
I'll take it. Maybe where's the antlers? Daniel's paying me for that.
Yeah, that'd be a good one, 6. I hope you're going. Far out. Y'all talking about politics over there. Speaking of politics, which we do not talk about here, I know, Michael, y'all stay hot down there in Texas. I want to send my condolences to all of our friends from California, and Senator Feinstein passed away, I heard. Somebody told me that was old news.
She died, I think, last night. Last night or early this morning. She was 90. She should have gotten out of the picture 20 years ago. Well, she shouldn't have been in the picture in the first place, but
It was never meant to be a career. Never should have been allowed to be a career. But that's politics, so let's not talk that.
yeah.
Can we sing "Ding Dong, the Witches"?
That's a common sentiment around at least around this household.
So our archery here started on the 15th for deer, and squirrels started on the 1st. Our regular small game, I think, is around the 15th of October, so middle of the month, October. And then it's the beginning of, I think it's the second week in November. It's usually a Wednesday for our firearms deer season. So our firearms is a ways away, but our archery deer has been open for, a week or more.
Yeah, and Michael, we need to get onto that topic.
Yeah, it's around here too. It's we don't I think it's here in the state, but it's not a big problem. But it is in parts of New York and parts of Pennsylvania and all around us. And a lot of the states don't allow you to travel with the deer across the lines.
Right.
So and it's pretty much the brain that they're worried about, but they just say the whole carcass.
Here in Georgia, if you go out of state to hunt, when you come back across the state line, it's got to be nothing but meat. In other words, you can't bring bones, nothing. It's got to be already at least quartered and boned before you come back home with it. I want to take a minute and say hello to Appalachian Firearms, first time joining us. So I got to
Welcome.
Welcome
we're
in.
we're always glad to have new viewers, but that Appalachian thing caught me. And what part of the world you living in? I'm from Georgia. I know you already know that. So, but yeah, we like to ride around and meet up and shoot with some of our friends when we can. And I'm going to be going to see Mr. Bama Dad before long. While he'll still talk to me, because I got a feeling toward the end of the football season it's going to be a little bit different. But yeah, and y'all keep him in your prayers this coming week, and especially next Friday. He's got a thing. He's got some health stuff that he's getting squared away next Friday. So please be in prayer for our brother, Mr. Bama Dad. Is it Idaho? The real question is it Appalachian or Appalachian?
Yes.
Yes.
It's one of them, huh?
I've heard it said both ways by people that live in the Appalachians.
Yeah, I say Appalachian, but that don't mean anything.
That's tomato, red beans and rice, baby.
Appalachian. All right. There you go. It's Arkansas, not Arkansas. That one's always puzzled me.
Yeah. Who came up with that spelling and called it Arkansas?
I know.
That's what I'm thinking.
What about Illinois?
Somebody from Arkansas.
Illinois. Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah.
I got an argument with a lady in a bar in Illinois. She said, "The S is silent." I said, "Take it off."
Idaho people that take pronunciation personally like that, they probably think way too highly of themselves.
Well, hold on now, James Pollard. Opossum and a possum are two different creatures.
It's a grinner. Grinner.
I know. We just got possums around here.
You just look at them and tell me what they're called. They're called grinners. That's the reason for it.
And we pick maters and taters too.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of maters in the backyard this year. Miss Hotshot did a little garden.
We went to we have a we had a lunch meeting for our department at work today, and we went to, there's a new to us barbecue place in town. It's pretty good, but man, that's the first time I be eating out at lunchtime, and I don't know when, and I was not prepared.
Us Californians have a whole lot of trouble trying to understand what you Southerners are saying most of the time. I mean, we're in California where everybody speaks Spanish.
Well, look at it this way, Walter. With all the different people coming across the border, pretty soon you're going to have to learn to speak German, Russian,
Oh man,
Slovakian,
gosh, yeah, Serbian,
maybe even some Zimbabwe.
yeah.
So I think it's time for us to shout out the side chat. You guys are out there rocking it tonight.
Yeah, we got some new people out there tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
So it's great to have Appalachian Firearms with us, and I'm gonna go over here and see if he's got a channel. I bet he does. If I could just spell Appalachian.
This is how it sounds. That's what they teach you in school.
Yep.
Yeah.
1.19 subscribers, 61 videos. I just subbed them.
Put us a link out there.
Let's see here. Can I do that? I guess I could do that. Share. Copy. Back. Where's the show? There's the show. Paste. There we go. Oh, I
Got
didn't.
another
Yeah,
sub
there
here.
it is.
But there it is.
Cool. Heading over there now.
Already did.
Appalachian
All right.
Firearms.
I'm subbed. Go back and watch some of your videos later, Mr. Firearms.
Yeah, I was
Ah.
glancing through here, and it shows one of his videos. He's shooting off of looks like Mark's easy chair there. So him and Mark ought to get along just fine.
Be ready for a nap soon.
He's got an H&R topper too, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
we
up
love
great.
him
Love
already.
those.
Yeah, we love him already. All right, let me click subscribe and all. Yeah, we're gonna get all his videos, and we'll go catch up with you, man. We'll catch up with I don't know, 61 videos. That's gonna take a minute, ain't it?
Yeah.
So there's that. Let me close this out and get way back over here, and I'm trying to take care of. What are we typing tonight? To shout out our
Deer.
That's a good one.
Just like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he's going to fit. Me and him's going to be buddies, I can tell.
There, I did it. I did it better. I put his name on it. I put the link up again with his name on it, so people
Good.
want to go back to that.
Yeah, I see it.
Right.
It looks like
Arm-
some good content.
Harm's got potatoes on the brain tonight, man. I like that comment he made earlier. He said, I'm microwaving a potato for supper. First time I've ever used the potato button on the microwave.
Yeah, I say good job, Harm. That button's there for a reason.
I don't even know if ours has a potato.
That's great.
on it.
Yeah,
Make
I'm
sure-
going. I'm dying to go in there and see if mine does. Anyway, we got Edward Petty. We got MCK. We're missing you on the panel, brother. Come on in when you can. And we got Info Bros. Abigail Finnegan reloading from the Hot Pot. Mark Thomas, Tactical Fud, Harm, Michael Hurtneck. There's the way he spells deer. 6-shooter Texan. Daniel God is my judge. There's Miss Finnegan again. M. Gabriel, Big Al. Big Al says the right answer to anything your wife asks is yes, dear.
That's right. Last word in every argument.
Yeah, we got Tommy Boy, Jesse B Outdoors, Chessboard, Lakeview Outdoors, Big Al, Floridian. Trees are blowing. What's going on, man? Idaho Rogers, USMC. Chris from the 740. Corners and Doors. Edward Petty. 3 Jeep Discovery. Paul Loud. Papa's Place. 01 Guy. Idaho Rogers, USMC. Hipparchus. Dwayne, 7834. Kyle. CW Longshot. Duffer. Daniel God is my judge again. Tim S. Michael Dunn. Hillbilly Up. There's Bama Dad. Boomsticks Revenge. Idaho Rogers USMC says Mule Deer. Walks Fletcher. CW Longshot. Deer Dirt Nap. Come on, Daniel. Rich B. Tactical Rabbit 308. You guys are making it hard on me. Duffer 426. Kyle again. Rollis Carvelis. Todd. Rick Harris. There's another Todd. Deer. Andy 79Z28. Thanks, Andy. Finally. 67 Rebel SST AMC. Deer is much better than Swamp Donkey, Mock.
Woo!
There you go, Walks. He's got it figured out. I bet he's been married a long time. And Thor's axe. There we go. All right. So welcome everybody. Thanks for being here tonight, and we appreciate you. Todd, I'll take on that responsibility. Me and High Boy get along pretty well. Most of the time. No, I've never had a crossword with the man. Are we ready for this yet?
Are you?
Why not?
We can do that now, or we can wait a few minutes.
Let's do 9 o'clock.
Well, you already got us teased up. Come on, you can't do that.
Yeah, wait till
Can't
9.
bring it up.
Another 20 minutes.
Oh man, I was all excited.
I got a good one too, guys. I got a good one.
Yeah, for
right.
deer hunting. Dang it, CW! I was fixing to do that. I'm slow on the trigger. Well, there you go, Paul. 20-minute warning. High Boy's okay, but he really needs to learn how to reload.
Yeah, you know that guy.
Yeah.
Man, watching him set a press up is like, whew. Man.
He don't leave anything out, does he?
Frustrating, man. Frustrating. I keep wanting to reach in there and tell him, don't do that. Do this. Come on, man. Read the manual.
No, man.
Nah, he's good. He's good.
He's very thorough and covers everything really well. But yeah, sometimes you'd think we could get. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here, but he breaks everything down into little bitty segments of setting up the press in little 5, 10, 15-minute videos. And you think, well, we could do this all in one video, but no, not really. Not the way the environment is in YouTube anymore, and not to be able to cover it the way he covers it. And he's good at what he does. And proud to know him, proud to call him a friend. So there's that.
Absolutely. Good man. Yes, he is very, very thorough. And I do enjoy seeing that. and he keeps
Oh,
it interesting. So you keep watching, you keep on it.
exactly. And ain't that the truth? High boys cost me a fortune at Inline Fabrication.
Here, here.
Right on. And Gene and Chris from the 740 cost me a bunch of money in guns and accessories. CW's cost me a lot of money in reloading gear and stuff.
You'd think we were all some of your wives there telling you how to spend your money.
Yeah, I still can't get over that guy. Those shorts that came out last week, there were 2 or 3 of them about uh, what we pay for something and what we tell our wives we pay for something. Like the lady that took 2 of her husband's guns to the pawn shop and found out it was a Daniel Defense with a Geisley trigger, and then it was a CZ Shadow 2. Can I get like $150 for the CZ? And he said, that's a $1,200 gun. And she racks the slide, turns around, walks off, and says, he's dead. No, honey, you don't need money. You just need your husband to quit buying guns. It's what you need, at least for a while. I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. But that does bring up something that we should talk about, with especially in the light of recent events. I think that all of us as men and as leaders of our household, I know when Willie passed away, his family really struggled with it. We need to make a list of everything we have in our reloading rooms and in our gun cabinets and safes and stuff. And first of all, we need to keep an inventory of our firearms in case something happens. Pictures, serial numbers, that kind of stuff. Paperwork for the guns, all that stuff. Then if you have a problem, you can get insurance. It'll help insurance, and the police recover it. Sometimes I think if it gets stolen, it's gone forever because the cops ain't giving it back to you. They're going to keep it for themselves. I don't know that, but I've had one stolen and nobody's called me about getting mine back. And it's getting to the point where I'm thinking about getting a lawyer. But yeah, I want to make an inventory of what the gun's worth now, what it's projected to be worth at some future date, and then what I paid for it.
That's a good idea. I've got records of all of my firearms. All of California. There's paperwork, even on a private party transfer. So I've got all of that. Shows all the dollar amounts and serial numbers and whatnot. But how about in down the road 10 years from now, what are they going to be worth? That's a good point. It's kind of hard to tell, really. Some of those guns will go up in value and others will go down, I'm sure. But if somebody has an idea of what you paid for them at the beginning, and you particularly, of course, need to have all your serial numbers written down in probably a couple different places. But
yeah, I'm honestly thinking about a trust, and maybe that's something we should do some. I don't know if anybody's interested in that. That maybe something we should talk about in the future deal here. But I'm just almost about ready to pull the trigger on doing that. I mean, because that way it I don't know. I mean, you'd have to do some research on it, but from what I've found, it's the best way to protect them.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all got some good ideas out there. There's Dale Pogue. A video inventory is something I hadn't thought about.
Mm. I have pictures and videos of all mine, serial numbers, and got everything written down. What I gave for them and where I bought them at, or who I bought them from.
There you go. Yeah, the hillbilly is soon to zoom past me. I made it up to 1,000, and CW, I can't remember if he made it before me or after me, but he's pulling away, leaving me in the distance.
Well, thank you, Ty, for that. Appreciate it, buddy.
I just crested 1,500.
Awesome.
I saw that.
Rocking and rolling.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Giveaway?
It went up about 15 or 16 just the other day.
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
Bama Dad, don't be watching this where your wife can hear it.
I seen the comment about Gunbroker. So a buddy of mine tells me, he said, when you want to sell a gun, you show them the price on Gunbroker. And then when you want to buy a gun, you show them a price on something else. Like a used car, retail and wholesale.
That's in the Bible somewhere. I think it's Proverbs. When we're buying something, we'll beat the guy up on the price, and then we'll turn around and tell our friends what a great deal we got.
Yeah. I had to dress Paul out there. I don't think I'm going to be drinking any more hard seltzers, even at 1,500 subs.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Bama Dad looking at a 300 PRC. I looked at one, but man, if you've only got 1,000 yards to shoot, man, you might as well not even pull 300 PRC out. I mean, it's, you got 2,000-3,000 yards just to even start stretching it. 1,000 yards is like,
He's baby young.
Oh man, you're gonna have me pulling a Scotsman here in a minute.
I'll try to do that, Mr. Appalachian.
That's exactly where I'm at Full Bros. I call them, all I get's the runaround. Cool, man.
I had some center line wheels stowed off one of my race cars one time, and I'd filed a police report and everything. And luckily, I was friends with a couple buddies, a couple of people that worked for, our local, county. They said they'd recovered them down in Arkansas. And so I called down there, and Arkansas told me if I brought proof that I owned them, then I could buy them back at an auction.
Isn't that nice of them?
Yeah.
What? If you brought proof that you owned them, why couldn't you just take them home? Or
Well,
if they're auctioning them off?
Well, evidently not anybody can get into the auction. So, I had to have a reason to even be in the auction at that. This has been quite a few years ago. So, yeah, it was like a $2,000 loss.
Yeah.
So, as far to speak to Appalachian Firearms, there, I don't know if it's just because I'm a mod, but I can touch the logo on anybody who's in the chat, and it'll bring me right to their channel. It'll give me the option of a lot of things as a mod, but one of them is to go to the channel. I don't know if that's something that anybody can do or not.
No,
Nope, you got to be a mod.
Yeah, Jamie still
so
got
I
me as
can't do it.
reloading from the Hot Pot 2 when I lost my channel originally. So whenever I do something from my laptop, it comes up as that, but on my phone, it comes up as reloading from the Hot Pot. So reloading from the Hot Pot 2 is inactive unless my main channel goes down again.
All right,
It's
so I'll
just-
see if I can put up some links here for him then.
I don't mind doing it. I'm just letting everybody know out there that I got Jamie's out.
Did you
Thanks,
put
man.
Jamie?
I appreciate that.
All right, I was just going back to see who I've got here. Thomas, there he is. We'll put up a Mark Thomas.
Mine has Gene. I'm just gonna suck it up. I mean, Big Al. I'm just gonna suck it up and buy me a new one. Man, I've had several of these polymer striker fire things that they go bang, yeah, but I can't shoot them like I could shoot my CZ75. Man, that was just the best gun out there. That for me, and for you, maybe not. Maybe you like your Glock or your Smith and Wesson M&P. I got that. I got that Beretta APX A1, and I've only been to the range with it once, so I'm not giving up on it. But anyway, that one breaks my heart. I hear you, Thorzax.
That'd be a tough one to lose. You know, if it was your, POS Glock that you don't like anyway. I wouldn't be so moved to go, put all my effort into getting it back. But if it was $1,000 Smith, might be a different deal.
I mean, my gun wasn't worth all that. I mean, it's a $600 or $700 gun, but it was mine and it was paid for and it was steel and it was hammer fired. And are we going to talk any more about hunting? Or are we're just going to wait on what Hot Pot got? Yeah.
Well, I haven't talked much, but I want to get these links out. So,
Well, we'll let you talk about your thoughts on hunting and when we get on the other side of the feature. So let's go ahead and do that, Gene. Are you ready, buddy? He's not.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here we go. And there's our picture.
damn, you guys
What Hot Pot got? You know what I think, Gene? I think you need to redo that picture and put that same logo on one of those, a leather hat like Walter's got on.
I've got a black one. I got a gray Harley hat too, just like that.
Yeah.
What's Hot Pot got tonight? Well, just because we were talking about hunting season and a hunting chat, I pulled something out that I found. And what I found is this bad boy.
Ooh.
That is a 240 grain soft tip. And that, my fellow watchers, is a 444 Marlin Remington round. This came through the machine one day and I snatched it up. I said, ooh, that's got to be good. It's got to be good. I got a little information on it though. As always try to have some info on it. The 444 Marlin was first announced in 1964. It became the market's most potent lever action rifle round. It is a high pressure round with a straight walled case designed as a hunting cartridge. It produces an impressive 1.5 tons of muzzle energy. It leaves the 4570 looking weak and underwhelming.
That bullet looks like it's seated really deep too. You can see where the base of it is.
It's a she. All right, guys. But that, everybody, is what Hot Pot's got.
That's interesting. Never saw one.
Me neither till that thing come floating out of the sorting machine. Hope we get some more brass in soon, man. I love getting finds like this.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to put it in, but I mean, you can look at the case and see that bullet's seated pretty deep in there. That bullet's right there where my thumbnail's at.
Yeah, that's a long. Well, what did we say? Probably CW had it. I think he said it was a 240 grain. Is that what it was?
Yes, it's by Remington.
Yeah.
And he said there was a 240 and a 260.
265.
Or 265.
265.
265.
Wow.
That thing would just splat.
Yep.
Anything.
You don't want to get hit with that thing.
No, I don't think anything really wants to get hit with that, but it is hunting season.
There you go.
Getting close to it.
I'm sure that'd take out anything in North America.
Within range.
Yeah.
Does it have a rim? Yes, it does. GGW.
Yeah, basically it's a long 44, but it is a different case.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different, slightly different dimensions. It's pretty close to what a 3006 would be if it had a rim on it and be straight.
It's amazing.
You can blow them out and use them for 410 shotgun shells, but the rim is not friendly to all 410s. The 303 British also works, but it's also not friendly to all rims. And it's also only for 2.5-inch 410s. If you want 3-inch, you got to go to the 9.3 by 74R. And those are very expensive and not very common. But all three of those will make 410 brass shotgun shells if you want to blow them out.
Wow.
I need to send this one to you, Gene, for not to show you up, but and let me show that. Rebel says he traded mine for a Dillon 650 with extras. I like my 4570 though. I didn't think you traded him yours. I thought you waited around on another one. I remember when all that was going on. Here's your one, Gene.
Oh, goodness. What is that?
50, 110.
Says BB. I thought it was Big BB.
Bertram Brass is BB. So it's an Australian company that makes brass for them big cartridges.
Trying to clean it up. Obviously, Lever Guns 50 gave me this. And it's a dummy round. No primer, no powder. But golly, what a chunk of something, man.
There's a 120 and a 140 too.
Well, if we both put one in a gun side by side, I bet mine goes bang. So there you go. No, that's cool, Jamie. I love seeing all this different stuff, and I've got
See, didn't he start out these 50, 45, 70, 45, 90, 45, 110? Didn't all those start in Sharps rifles?
They were chambered in Sharps rifles, yes.
Like the
Winchester
Quiver
did
Down
some.
Under?
Sharps did some of them. The rolling block Remingtons did some of them. There was a whole lot of them that did them. There was a whole lot of other makers that are just a little more obscure that chambered them as well. But Sharps had a number of rifles, yeah. There was 74, 75. There was a number of different models, configurations. The Winchesters are the pretty ones, the popular ones, the money makers. But Marlin had some. Winchester had some.
Good night, Big Al.
There was a number of.
Yeah, good night, Al. Good to see you.
Good night, Big Al. Great to see you, man. Hope you're feeling better.
What's going on? Tread all right?
Rebel said he lost his wife a few months back. That's
Oh, no.
awful to hear.
Yeah, I'll call him. Thing about calling Tread is he works at a manufacturing place, and he's works these swing shift things. Idaho, I don't think no Martini Henry's got anything for this 5110, and I've got a piece of that brass somewhere.
There was a bunch of Martini calibers too. A whole
Yeah.
bunch.
I've got a piece of that brass. I just can't find it right now. And I'm kind of busy.
Yep.
So, but hopefully I'll find it next week.
I did a few videos some months back on my cartridge collection drawer, and I listed and showed a whole bunch of calibers. There's a whole line of Australian calibers. They're really neat because a lot of them they're kangaroo rounds. They had a name for them. I forgot what I had said, but they're
I know what the
long.
name is.
What's that?
They're Rudy Tutors.
There you go. But they're really long, skinny brass cases with straight walls. So they're really funny looking 7mm, 8mm, straight, long, skinny cases.
That's pretty cool. So we got a couple of guys taking a break. Dale Pogue and Jesse B. Dale said he'd be back in 15 minutes. Jesse B said he'd be back in a little bit.
I wonder if they're colluding with each other. Like you got to make a phone call each other or something.
Never can tell. Sometimes I'm afraid to ask. Yeah, that's a tough life right there, man, especially in the summertime. I bet you work some long, hot days in the summer, Appalachian. So we're kind of waiting to hear what uh, for what CW has to say. And there's a question. Yeah, I would say for 44 Magnum, 6 inches is about right. I don't know how these guys shoot these guns with 2-inch barrels on a 44.
Yeah, 2-inch, 3-inch barrel 44s are kind of ornery. I mean, 3-inch 57 Magnums are bad enough. They don't kick bad, but they blast like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those guys
44.
are shooting factory loads. They're not shooting hand loads that we do.
Yeah.
Put one of my 44 mag hand loads in one of those little 2 or 3 inchers. I dare you.
Well,
You better
I
hold
need some-
on.
I have a friend that he has several short, more stub nose, fairly large caliber pistols. I'm like, dude, why? I'm wanting a long barrel. Why are you buying these short ones? He goes, I like to see the blast, the fire out the end of it.
You get fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's his whole reason of buying them. Not that he could hit anything with them, He just thought it's cool for the flame, ball it through every time.
Yeah, if you go outside and shoot them at night, you'll light up the neighborhood. That's for sure.
Yeah, you'll have some angry neighbors too.
Yeah, Mark's got a good thing. Does the all the powder burn in those short barrels? I mean, that's where that flame's coming
outside
from.
the barrel.
Is the powder.
The answer to that question is no.
It burns about 4 inches out of the barrel.
It turned your 3-inch into a 6-inch real quick.
Yeah.
That's just, snub nose 38, 357. I mean, that's not bad. But I mean, you're losing so much with that. I mean, it's
you lose velocity, you lose sight picture, belly gun.
Eyebrows.
Yeah.
Eyebrows.
Beard.
You can't hit anything very good at the distance.
Your beard looks like your beard looks like you swallowed a firecracker.
Good night, Chris from the 740. Y'all have a good day tomorrow.
Not
All right,
Chris.
Chris.
Hi, Chris.
I'm looking forward to it. He's going to shoot 1,000 yards tomorrow with his hand loads.
Cool.
So there's JCM 45. Good to see you, brother. I know that feeling. I know exactly that feeling.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I pretend it's cold in the middle of summer so I can wear gloves.
Nice wooden stock to really, really add to it. Yeah.
I think they're talking about some of that stuff. I think 3-inch revolvers are absolutely perfect for carry, but that would be what I would use my 3-inch for. The shooting at the range, that 6-inch Smith is awful nice, but the 4-inch one does pretty well too. And but even the 4-inch barrel seems a little much for carry. But those 3-inch seem to be the perfect size. Consider the Smith & Wesson Model 60, a J-frame 5-shot 357 Magnum with a 3-inch barrel. I think that is the perfect carry gun.
I've been carrying that Taurus 605 357 all summer, and it carries beautifully, but really get a lot of blast back with 357. It's much more pleasant to shoot with 38s. That's what I've been practicing with. But oh yeah, she'll definitely do a good job, and it tucks up in, conceals real nice on my hip. I'm liking it.
How far can you fellers shoot and be accurate with those? I'm just curious.
Well, they can
Because
shoot really
I
accurate.
don't own no snub nose. I like long barrel, and I understand for carrying and all that. But my uncle had a 38 snub nose, and we'd shoot it back in the day. But man, you can hardly hit a broadside of barn with that thing.
I had a Ruger Speed 6, which was a fixed sight 357 Magnum, medium size frame Ruger revolver. And with silver tips, factory silver tips, which is what I used to carry in it, I could shoot a 4-inch circle at 100 yards off a bench.
Wow.
That gun would shoot.
My goodness.
Most of the time with handguns, it's the shooter that's the limitation, not the gun.
That's what I'm
I'd
finding.
vouch for that.
What I'm finding is my problem with polymer striker fire guns is me, my problem. Probably not the gun, but some of them do better than others. Now that I don't know if y'all can't see that, can you? Anyway, my 44 mag. The feller I got it from, who's out there in the side chat, used to shoot Coke bottles, 2-liter Coke bottles at 100 yards with it, and it's a 7.5-inch barrel.
Oh yeah,
and iron sights.
When I went on my first official pay-for bear hunt up in Maine, the guide had some criteria for your ability and where he placed you. And he used to use a bleach bottle. And everybody had to shoot at the sand pit with their guns, and they had to basically qualify. So whatever yardage you could no longer hit that bleach bottle offhand was as far as you were able to shoot with him. So he put you in blinds or tree stands or whatever, and he would, place the guys that couldn't shoot as good up close and personal, and the guys that could shoot farther would be placed farther away. And he actually had a couple guys that come up with handguns that he wouldn't let them use them because they couldn't hit the bleach bottle within 20 yards. We had a heck of a good time. Bleach bottle, that's an easy target for me. I could hit that 100 yards with a pistol, no problem at all. And he was just amazed. He never saw anybody that could shoot as well with a pistol as I could. And I'm not patting myself on the back. It was an easy target. It's a bleach bottle. It's, what is it, 10 inches around?
Yeah.
12, 14 inches high. I mean, it was a big size. It was a big bleach bottle. It wasn't a little one. It was big. It was a gallon bleach bottle. It just struck me funny,
When I go out to my range, I tend to mosey over to the 100-yard bay, and we've got 3 steel plates out there. I think it's a 6, a 8, and a 10, and I can hit them with a pistol. I might miss a couple, but I get it.
There's Garage Guy.
Howdy, Mark.
buddy.
So I posted a video. I think it posted either tonight, 6 o'clock, or it was this afternoon on the 730 Waters forming some brass. and I posted it because I started a couple of threads on a couple forums that I contribute to about calibers you're choosing this year for deer season. And a couple guys one guy had started the thread, and I thought it was pretty good, so I started another one, and hence the reason for our topic here tonight, talking with Jamie. And for me, it's going to be that 730 Waters this year, because that is the caliber my wife shot her first and only deer with, and this is the gun that she used to do it with. So that's my choice this year for my firearm. And I pulled it out and was looking at it, and I realized that all I had available loaded up was some ladder loads with some 120 grain bullets that I had set up for her. So I wanted to expand that a little bit to a couple different bullets and a couple different loads, and I didn't have any brass, so I made up about 80 pieces, 75 pieces, and I just have to fire for them. So that was the reason for that video, and the idea for the topic. That was a favorite of hers. It's a Contender carbine, single shot Contender carbine, 21-inch barrel. But I've got a 2-7 Redfield scope on an old school Redfield, and it's just a classic, pretty light, easy handling, light recoiling, just an all around nice light rifle. And I think that's why she liked it so much. Plus, it's got some pretty lines. The cover picture on the video is that firearm. I don't think I showed it in the video itself. But I often, we can shoot those here as well. We get a couple extra tags. So usually what I'll do is I'll bring out a handgun, a revolver. We're only allowed revolvers here, which is as silly as the law is. I cannot use a single shot pistol. I cannot use a semi-automatic pistol. I can only use a revolver as a handgun.
That seems crazy.
Yeah, I don't agree with it, but I guess I can understand the semi-automatic thing. There's a lot of states that do that, but a single shot? Really? I can't use a single shot?
Oh,
But
you
no.
can't use a single shot?
Nope, I cannot use a single shot. Cannot use a Contender. Cannot use a black powder single shot pistol. Cannot use at all. Not legal.
I was going to say the reason they want you to use a revolver instead of a semi-automatic is so you actually hit what you're shooting at, but you think
they
that. But
have a barrel length minimum,
they
and
would
it
let
has
you
to be,
use a single shot.
35 caliber or larger, and it has to be a revolver. So no 9mm, no snub noses, and no semi-automatics. And no Sunday firearms. Can't hunt on Sunday with a firearm here. You can with a bow, but not with a firearm. Something they've tried to change every year for, well, as long as I can remember almost. And it comes close every year. I'm sure pretty soon we'll get something. They passed Sunday hunting with a bow in state parks early on, and then they expanded that to all archery hunting, all areas. I believe it's all areas. And or
Appalachian firearms.
they opened it in certain areas, and then they opened it statewide. But firearms, no. Firearms are just on weekdays and Saturdays. No on Sundays.
I won't hunt on Sunday anyway, so I'm too busy at church and with family. But I don't think if I could get away, I don't think our property owner would let us hunt on Sunday.
Well,
We
we've
see-
literally not had church or like sometimes in the past not had church on opening weekend because most everybody's out hunting.
Yeah, they don't do much here. Hunting season doesn't mean nothing, but like when we go up to Vermont, everything's closed. I've been going up there for forever. Sometimes I hit Pennsylvania opening day. Sometimes I hit Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, all the states around me here. And we were up one year in Vermont. I think it was archery, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It was opening day. And if you've ever seen pine trees, the limbs grow almost straight out, and they don't really have, they just kind of like they're stuck in the trees. They grow different than other trees. And my father I dropped him off and then went further up the trail and got up in my tree. And he went up the tree with a tree stand and hit some limbs. And he was only, I don't know, 6, 8 feet high, and he wanted to go a little higher. So he started cutting off limbs. And when you're, in the morning, everything is quiet. So you're trying to be really quiet, do this. And he rushed it a little bit, and the limbs broke or didn't cut off clean in like spikes. They were sharp. And he got up to where he wanted to be. And I don't know, early in the morning, 8 o'clock or so, he turned in the stand to look behind the tree, and for whatever reason, the bottom of his stand shifted and slid down a couple inches. So, his reaction immediately was to just hug the tree. So he immediately hugged the tree, and one of those limbs went right into his cheek.
Ugh.
Yeah, it went in like an inch into his mouth, in through his cheek into his mouth. It was bad. And I got down and walked over to him about an hour later or so. And I looked up at him, and it was like, oh my God, Dad, what? And he comes down, and he had gotten it stopped bleeding. He didn't know it was as bad as it was. He had gotten it stopped bleeding. And his shirt was all red. Everything was all red. So we got down out of the tree and we went to the hospital. The hospital was closed.
Jeez.
It was closed.
It was
closed. It wasn't a full-blown hospital. It was a small town, so it was like a clinic type of thing. But it was closed, and it was a sign out front. Go on deer hunting. It's deer season. We had to drive like an hour to a big hospital, towns away, to get care, and then they wouldn't accept his insurance. We all had to pony up. We're all digging in our pockets because he needed like 8 stitches or so to sew up his face. And it literally it was like a upside down Y. And it was nothing. He was saying, oh, I'll be good enough. It stopped bleeding. I'll be good enough. No, there was it was nasty. So no, you couldn't, it had to be sewn up. And I'll never forget, my mom told me that if I'm going to take him out, I have to watch him closer.
And this
It's
is
a good story.
But yeah, some
Jeez.
states, it's hunting season is big. Everybody goes. It's not little. The schools close. It's big. Not here, but other places. Pennsylvania places closed, don't they, Mark?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're off school first day of buck season.
Yeah, schools closed, but everything closed up there. And the only thing that was open was the Pancake Hunter's breakfast. That's the only thing that was open. There was no stores were open, no nothing. The fire department closed. Everything closed. Police department closed. They're all hunting. Everybody's hunting.
Yeah. That's how it is down here, and plus opening day of trout season.
Yeah.
one of my issues where I live is Atlanta is creeping too dang close to where I live. Yeah, we've got two hospitals in this little town, and numerous of those um, clinic type things that what they call urgent care, and we've got several of those. But we also have Harbin Clinic, which is the leading cancer treatment place. So for Northeast Alabama and Northwest Georgia, this little town that I live in is pretty much the medical center for all of those little bitty towns all around us. So we got two hospitals that never close. And if you want to see a sure enough show, there's three places to go at about 2 a.m. around here, and that is Walmart, Waffle House, and the emergency rooms. I know, God love them. So yeah, and talking about the hunting thing, I think CW is where I'm at with the hunting, driving, everything that we do, and as there's some relation to all the reloading and stuff that goes back to hunting. I think if I can learn to shoot pistols well, then I'll be a better shot with my rifle. I just feel like that, and I know that that's something I need to work on. Oh my goodness. My dad, sounds like your pastor needs prayer, brother. There you go.
Like some people I seen at the trout place, they knew the limit and everything, except for they just weren't clear on the stringer law. You know, you can only have one limit per stringer. And when the game warden walked up and they're like, yes, overcaught your limit. And they're like, no, these two are mine. Those two are hers. I mean, they knew whose fish was whose. You can't have them on the same stringer. So that's probably his buddy may have shot that one turkey. They both weren't his.
That's what I'd be saying or something.
One of them was roadkill.
So are y'all ready for our Bible verse of the night?
Yeah.
Let's get it done.
Yes.
I'm ready.
All right. This is as per requested by G23, and he's not even here. So okay, I got to get some work done here. We need to get that out of the way here. Now let's see if we can present. Our verse for the night is Acts 4:12, and the English Standard Version says, "And there is salvation in no one else, for there is no other name under heaven given among men by which we must be saved." Okay, and remember last time I was telling you I was going to try to get into the context of what's going on. What's going on here is Peter and John are preaching, I think, in Jerusalem to and this is the second time they've had a big sermon there. They had the first one at the end of Acts chapter 2, I believe, and goes over into chapter 3, and then this is another occurrence. And what's going on is they've stopped his sermon and told him that, uh, you can keep doing what you're doing as long as you're not preaching in that name. And that name is Jesus. And Peter replies to him that, it's in his name that we preach and do all that we do, because you put him on the cross and you killed him and he was resurrected. And then this is just a Google search. And if you go on down, people ask, why is Jesus the only name by which we can be saved? And according to jimandjeanne.com, I'm not familiar with them, only the name of Jesus has the power of resurrection salvation attached to it. Jesus' resurrection is proof that Jesus is who he said he is, the Savior of the world. As we are saved and speak his name, the authority of Jesus resides in his name. And the King James there says, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. So it's very similar. So, that may make you think, well, that's pretty exclusive. Jesus is the only way to heaven. And in a way, yeah, it is. But at the same time, it's almost universal, because there's other verses in the Bible that say, Romans chapter 10 says, all that call on the name of Jesus shall be saved. So, comments from the panel, comments in the side chat.
I'm reading, because as soon as you said what the verse was saying, man, I don't remember that at all. I don't remember reading it for some reason. That's not one I was familiar with. So I'm studying as I go. And it's hard to pull that out of context. Just that couple verses. I'm glad that you went through the beginning part of that, Jamie, because otherwise it's like, okay, I already knew that. So what was the story? What's the backstory? And the backstory is that they're kind of having to defend a little bit as to why that we're gonna, why is it not just that we only can go or go through Jesus, but why is that? Where's that coming from? And they're having to explain that to these guys.
We told you not to do that. And who we're talking about is the Pharisees and the Sadducees, the Sanhedrin, basically the higher up people. And what they're telling, we told you could do what you're doing, you just couldn't use that name. And to this day, there's a lot of Jewish people that will not say the name Jesus. They say that man. And
yeah, I mean, I believe like this kind of just brings back to John 3:16. When we talked about that is the only way to be saved, is to believe that God gave his son Jesus, and that Jesus died for all our sins, and that he is resurrected, on the right hand side of God. So it is through his name and confessing that with your mouth and believing it in your heart that you're saved. And so, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much accurate as far as I can tell.
Amen, Walks. I'm going to address this Appalachian Firearms, and before I do, I want to say I'm not being judgmental, and I'm not throwing stones, and I can't cast the first stone because I am not without sin. But let me put it to you this way. If Jesus is who he says he is, and he is, then he is due all um, he's worth all reverence, all worship, and all respect. He is worthy of all the reverence and worship that we can bestow on him. So when you hear people from different religions say, "Well, he is a good prophet, he's a good moral teacher, this, that, and the other thing," and this is my opinion on it. Jesus was either who he said he was, and he is due all of that, or he's not. Think about if he's not. I don't know if y'all have taken the time to think about this, but if Jesus was not who he says he was, if he's not born of a virgin, if he's not God in the flesh, if he didn't live a sinless and perfect life, then he's not a good moral teacher or a prophet. He's the biggest fraud that's ever taken a step on the earth. And we are, as Paul said, most pitiable. So I understand what people are doing and what they're saying. They're wanting to try to bridge gaps between different religions. I get that, and I understand that, and that's a noble thing. But if Jesus was not who he said he was, then we're still in our sins, and we're in a lot of trouble. And I agree, Walks, we do not consider Jesus to be a prophet. We believe Jesus to be the one and only incarnate of God the Father.
Yeah. There's a lot of religions out there that believe that he was just a prophet. We hosted exchange students, and there was a couple of them that was my mind went blank, but yeah, they believe in the Old Testament and New Testament, the Quran, but they believe there's a third Bible, but they still believe in Jesus and his power and stuff, but they just think he's a prophet. And yeah, so there's a lot of religions that, or there are religions out there that believe that, but not me.
I've taken the time to listen and research all different avenues on the thoughts of Jesus Christ, and there's many different beliefs. There's been some actual writings down and tablets found with different things on them. there's one written book that only mentions the name Jesus one time in it, and the rest of it's all biblical, but it's only mentions him once. And so I've taken the time to look at different avenues and different things. I still believe what I believe. I've been baptized. I've accepted Jesus Christ as my Savior. I did this before the Lord, and I believe what I believe, but I'm a homeworker researcher. So I like to hear different points of view. It doesn't mean I'm going to agree with them or believe in them, but I like to hear it. I like to read it. You know what I mean, fellows?
I know exactly what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I studied a little Judaism because I was dating a Jewish lady for a while, and she wasn't hardcore, but she had her faith and her beliefs, and I respected that. So I looked into it a little bit. And you don't have to go knee deep in it, but at least see other points of views, from other faiths. And all faiths look to a higher power. So how could any one person condemn another faith when they're still looking at a higher power in their way? They're still looking at a path to their higher power.
Yeah.
So I respect that. Different cultures, different ways of saying it, different names, but it's all the same. It's all the same road, man. And if we all just get in the canoe and paddle together, we'll all be a lot better to each other and to ourselves.
Yeah. And having exchange students was great. I think we had several, 6 or 8, 7 or 8 of them. And, with a lot of them had different religions, and, it was really neat to, kind of hear their point on, the religions and stuff, that they followed and stuff. It's really funny. We had a couple of them were Muslims. One couldn't eat pork, but he could eat beef. And the other one couldn't eat beef, but he could eat everything else. So we had a lot of chicken when they were here.
Duffer 426, about your comment. They say he is the Son of God, but some say he was God in the flesh. Both are correct.
Yeah. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
And see, that's one of those things. How can there be one God but 3 Godheads in one? So that's one of the things he's going to set me on his lap and explain when I get there.
Can I say something quick, Jamie, about that?
Yes, sir.
So, this is how it's explained to me by my grandmother. So, Jamie, that's your name. You're known as Jamie. You're also known as a husband. You're also known as a father. And you're also known as like a grandfather. You're the same person, all the same person, but by different names. And that's how my grandmother explained to me the difference between, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Because you're not 3 people, you're the same person.
Yeah, and Jesus says in John chapter 4 that God is flesh, and the time is coming, yes, is here, when people will worship him in spirit and in truth. And Gene, I understand where you're coming from about everybody trying to seek the higher power, but our verse tonight says that there is only one way, and a lot of people are going to get
I have a surprise for him.
Well, I just you know, I'm a minister. I'm a licensed minister, and I have been for well over a decade now. And once I did that, I just don't discriminate. Here, I'll tell you. I was out church shopping because I wanted to see where I fit. I wanted to see if, you know, if I blended with the congregation. And I went into one and got accepted nicely, but I noticed it was a very small congregation for such a big church. And this man with a suit on got up on this little step, and the first words out of his mouth was, "Next week's sermon is going to be on the faults of the Islam religion." And I don't believe any religion to be a fault. That's your culture, that's your belief, that's your upbringing, that's everything involved. That goes with your ethnicity sometimes. So I got him walked out. He could say nothing after that would keep me inside of that house of the Lord. Nothing. I thought that was disrespectful.
And it is and I knew this was going to happen when we chose that verse, but I think
I mean, you should never condemn another's faith. You know, where they're gonna get their way, and I'm gonna get there my way, the way they believe, the way I believe. It's like I said, I've accepted Christ as my Savior, and I believe that wholeheartedly. But I can't disrespect someone else for the way that they believe they're going to get there. You know.
What time we go around the room?
Yes, it is. It was something I wanted to show up here. I think Bama Dad had a good comment. I might already put it up there though.
That's good.
Yeah. I already put that up there, didn't I? He was either a liar, a lunatic, or he is Lord. There is no other way out of this trilemma. Amen, brother. All right, so we'll go through the room. We got to clear the decks for
Gizzard Gary.
Yeah, Gizzard Gary's back from TriggerCon. So who wants to start? Mark, you want to start us off?
Sure. Been a wonderful chat this evening. Good talk. And well, it's been a pleasure to be here. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Been a pleasure. Thanks for having me. And well, let's pass it on over to Walter.
All right, but first things first, we do have a sighting. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Hey! Hi, Mario. Glad you made it.
Mario.
You're here.
Chad
All
Kelly
right.
made it too.
Yep. So, as far as what I got going on coming up shortly, I got 2 or 3 videos in the pot ready to go. And of course, got Moldy Monday coming up. I just put one up on Rumble. I've got a Rumble only series going there. I'm trying to vacate my shelf storage space of all of the little jars of, I call them orphans. We've got less than 100 bullets in there. I'm shooting those up. So we're doing those on Fridays. And I've got another little woodworking project to start tomorrow. I'm going to make some more nice hardwood reloading blocks. I made a couple and I need some more. So going to be working on that. And those will end up showing up on video before too much longer. So that's kind of what I'm up to. Nothing out of the ordinary, just sort of straightforward, don't look back. So I appreciate being here. I appreciate the invitation as always every week. It's so fun to interact with the chat. And I really enjoy our editions of, Gene's What's Hot Pot Got and the evening Bible verse. That's been really good for me anyway. I hope everybody else appreciates that. But glad to be here. So speaking of Gene.
Hold on a minute, Walter. Ain't it good?
Hold on a minute.
Ain't it good to see JCM 45 back out there, guys?
It is awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
It is.
He chimes in on my Rumble channel.
All the time.
On just about everything that I put up there, but we haven't seen him here in the chat for quite a while, so it's really good.
Not just that, we saw Ron Wayne's out there, Chad Kelly, and Pat came out of the bunker.
Yep.
Go ahead. Excuse me. Go ahead, Gene. I'm sorry, buddy.
That's all right. Thanks for having me on.
That was great.
I love Friday night. I look forward to it. I love doing the What's Hot Pot Got. I love the Bible verse. I'm just really proud to be a part of this wonderful family. I am. I got a busy weekend. Got to go to the range tomorrow. Then I got to go to the range Sunday. Woe is me.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, everybody have everybody out there on the panel and the chat, have a great, blessed weekend and be the reason someone smiles.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for a great segment tonight, and thanks for being here. And while I'm at it, just thank all you guys. And we got to say goodnight to 6-shooter Texans off to bed. So
Good night.
Night 6.
So Hillbilly, you want to go next?
I sure will, buddy. Oh man, I just want to thank you guys for having me again. Each Friday night, I don't know if you guys are still going to have me or not, but I appreciate it every time you do. It was such a fun time and great chat on the side. Always have a blast there. Thank you so much. Man, we got a lot of videos coming up. We got the live show tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, Guns, Beer, and Therapy. So if y'all ain't doing anything, come check us out. We try to have fun there for sure. And I think that's about all we got coming up other than just putting out videos.
Most excellent. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Thank you.
What you got, CW? Anything coming up this week?
Did we hear from Mark? Did I miss it? Oh, you got to turn your speaker on.
Yep, I was quick.
Okay. I must have been snoozing. I apologize.
I went first.
I want to thank everybody. You guys just blew me away on Wednesday with all those videos. They were absolutely awesome. They were just awesome. She would have loved them. I got a number of videos in the queue, posted up, just waiting for their time to be released. So keep your eyes open. And I got a couple more planned. So I'm staying busy because it's the only way I can make it through. I want to thank the panel guys and all the side chat. It was awesome. You guys are just rocking. like crazy. I spent a little more time in the side chat this time than conversing with you guys on the panel, but I was listening. It was a really good time, and really, really good points. So, Jamie, got a couple minutes left for you. What's going on?
I put out a video. I can't remember if it was Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday at 5:30. I did that premiere thing, so that was fun. So if you guys hadn't seen my video about resizing brass for 308, go check that out, please. And I've got another one on brass trimming coming up. They'll be out sometime over the weekend, and the next one after that will be we'll do a quick short one on options for priming your brass, and then going to be the tough one, which is going to be charging cases, and then after that, seating bullets. So that's where we're at, and absolutely, GGW, go Dogs! Big game tomorrow. Gonna hopefully our Dogs will take care of business down in Auburn, Alabama, and y'all check out Gizzard Gary after this. Then tomorrow, 6 o'clock is G23, 8 o'clock Uncle Jim, 10 o'clock Hillbilly Up. Sunday at 2 o'clock is the Fur Shed with Georgia Trapping and Fishing. At 7 o'clock is the Sunday Night Roundtable with the Scottish American and Allenby Pro on the Scottish American channel. And we are going to bid y'all a good night and a good weekend. We hope the Lord blesses y'all real good. And if He's willing, we'll see you next Friday night at 8 o'clock.
God bless. Good night, everybody.